I am here back on my finance application to show you something that is new to Xamarin Forms 3.2. So, of course, because of that, the first thing that you have to make sure to be able to do what I'm about to show you is go to all of your projects and take a look at what is the version of Xamarin Forms that you have installed. If it is a version that is before 3.2, just right-click on that Xamarin Forms package and select Update. Again, this will have to happen on all of your projects. So on iOS, if I see that there is an update to Xamarin Forms, you may as well go ahead and take a look at that, but you can just right-click on the package and see what version you have installed. So long as you have a version that is 3.2 or higher, you will be able to do what I'm about to show you. And this is not exclusive to Android or iOS like the things that we did see in the previous couple of lectures. These will be available for all of the platforms. So let me go ahead and show you these on the main page. And actually, before go ahead and implement what I want to show you, let me just go ahead and show you that we can set a title to a content page. So let me just go ahead and set this to finance. My content page is now going to have a new title of finance, and it's just as easy as we have ever done the set of any property of any element in XAML. The content page has that title. Just let me go ahead and show you that this is indeed true. So now in my main page, which is the content page, we see this new title that reads finance. So that's as we would expect. We simply set the title to finance. However, title is a simple string. We cannot really change anything or set anything interesting in here. So let me go ahead and get rid of this normal title and define my own custom title. So for this, by the way, the first thing that I did, and on Android this wasn't necessary, it was already there, but in my resources, I make sure that I have an icon.png for all of the screen DPIs. So that is done on Android. But on iOS, I did have to the resources folder, add an icon file. Now, if you didn't know or you weren't aware of this, on iOS, you would have to have 3 different icon sizes. So for different screens, really the 1x is not necessary anymore unless your application runs on iPads that don't have retina displays, or in case you want to support like the first iPhones up to the 3GS. I don't think you are. Those are very old devices. But you will have to have the icon add 2x and the icon add 3x for newer screens. And so with this set, of course, and this has to have the same name as on Android, so icon. With this set, iOS is going to be smart enough to know which of these icons to use depending on the screen resolution. So with that set, over on the main page, let's go ahead and define that custom title. All we would have to do is inside of the content page, access the navigation page. Now you may not see a helper here to help you autocomplete this, but it is going to work, trust me. So just write navigation page and then access the title view. And just define the title view like this. And this title view is going to replace the normal title that we just saw. And we can set whatever we want in here. I am going to start by defining a stack layout. And my stack layout is going to have a horizontal orientation, and I want the vertical options to be center. So everything remains as the usual style of the title being at the center of the screen. And I can set some spacing. I can also do it with the margin, but let me set some spacing to, let's say 15. Actually, let's set this to 10. And inside of the stack layout, I will want to first define an image. So something that we wouldn't be able to set with simply the title that comes from the content page, an image inside of this title view. I will simply set the source of the image to be that icon.png file that I have for both Android and iOS. And notice that, of course, I don't have to set here add 1x, add 2x, etc. iOS, again, is going to be smart enough to know which one to use. And right after the image, I will simply set a label that first and foremost is going to have a margin to the left of 10 and 0 to all of the other sides. just to separate it a little bit from the image. It's also going to have a vertical alignment of center. And let me just set the text to the same thing that we have, which is finance. Just like this. And now our title view is going to contain both our image and a label. So let's go ahead and test how this is going to look. By the way, this is not going to look very well because my icon does have a background and my title bar does not. We could always change the color either of the icon or the title bar, but what we can see is that now our title is going to contain that image. Again, it doesn't precisely look as good as it could, but it does contain now an image and that same label that we just added. Now, I do want to get rid of that margin. Apparently, it's not necessary. It does look a little bit separate with that margin. Let me go ahead and change the font size and the font attributes to be bold here to the label. So I make this look a bit different. But basically, we are now able to define whatever we want inside of the title view. So we can change the label so it has a different style, different colors. We can add images. We can have whatever we want in here. Even add some functionality if one of the images or one of the labels or one of the elements inside of the title view is pressed. Something that you can do with the title alone. And this, again, is something that is brand new with Xamarin Forms 3.2.